So Wyze did come out with a version 2 of that wire-free outdoor camera. So let's take a look at a few clips from it. Now, one of the big differences you'll find with this camera is that starlight sensor. I know I've covered it in some of the different Amcrest and Daiwa power over Ethernet cameras, and it really makes a difference at night. You turn those infrared LEDs off and you can get that color night vision if you have enough ambient light, say from street lights or front porch lights, etc. Now, it's not going to pull off a miracle in a complete dark area just because it really needs some light. And these aren't, $300, $400 cameras that really pull in some light. But for the price point, it does a decent job. Now, still only 1080p like it was before. They have a little wider view angle, so it's got more of a little fisheye lens to it. Now, they do state the sensor is a little bit smaller, but maybe it helps out with being a starlight sensor, and it does pull in that light better than the previous model. Now, I'm not a big fan of any of these wire-free cameras, but I do get the use case of them because you just take them out the box, pair them up, and you can put them on the outside of the house without any wiring at all. Especially, it's really great, say, in an apartment setting where you can't start cutting holes in the walls. But I did run into a few issues with the camera would just lock up and I'd have to go turn it off and turn it back on. And maybe that's going to get fixed in some later firmware updates as things move on because this is a first release of this camera. All right, so we got video showing now. While we're in here, we'll go ahead and record a clip and just see how this camera actually does, even this close up and picking up audio, if it does a decent job or not. While we're in here, we'll go ahead and record a clip and see how this camera actually does, even this close up and picking up audio, if it does a decent job or not. Now, I did notice the battery. We charged it up and been playing with it throughout the day. Not a whole lot. It's already burned down to 91% already. I don't know if it would last. What they're saying on the box is up to 6 months, but I guess that depends on how often you're triggering it and using it as well. You can just come in here and do the take photos, and then you can speak to it, whatever, if you want to do the two-way audio deal. But this is the issue I wanted to look at, was you could do the detection settings, and this talks about the PIR, and exactly kind of what I was talking about, the PIR points down. And so this is going to be in that motion detection, and I couldn't get any. I tried playing around with the detection zones and notifications and everything. I couldn't get notifications to work on my phone, and they're not blocked, even though notifications were turned on. I tried toggling everything. I wouldn't get anything. I'm guessing that's because of this. Now, I put a micro SD card in the camera and the base station just to make sure, and even said, hey, let's back up to the base station. And you would think, hey, I'm got a micro SD card, right? I mean, I've messed with several other different cameras. You put a micro SD card in it, and then you can just record, like say, for instance, those Amcrest doorbells, etc. And you would change it to video, right? Well, that's where the problem starts. Sorry, Wyze. Again, tell it like it is. I'm not paying $2 a month for a camera just to record to my own micro SD card. Fat chance. Nope, not at all.
What the hell is even that?
Get kind of some of the other stuff. I mean, some of the other competitors do AI detection without any cost. I mean, I got that Amcrest doorbell. It does human detection even without the internet. It's straight local. Even that one has RTSP as well, but it is, I know, powered all the time. I don't have this issue, but again, I understand if you're doing this, if you want that cloud recording, but it sucks just that you're locking out some of the local stuff, that such as the simple micro SD card. And I guess notifications, I don't know. So smart detection, boom, yep. As soon as you're like, oh, I'll do package detection. Well, it tries to sell you their stuff again. Not going to do that either. Advanced settings. This is where you can get into, you can turn off the logo micro SD card storage. You can see I do have micro SD cards in here. You can format everything. I did have an issue where one wasn't formatted. It was from a Raspberry Pi. I had to make sure and go wipe it and put it FAT32. Otherwise, it couldn't format that other format. If that makes sense, which it doesn't, even to me. So that's really about it. I didn't play with the travel mode stuff thing on it because there's just not a whole lot. It seems like they want you to pay for everything for their camera that you bought and your micro SD card you bought. I don't know. So I don't have any playback stuff to show in the video, anything like that. I guess I can turn it off, or I can show you the album, but we'll just lay in some pictures on top of it. So, oh, and one last thing. Is there a way to do dark mode or have it follow what is set in the operating system on the phone? A white background, especially at night, blinding. Yeah, they need to have a setting to go to dark mode. Maybe I'm missing it. So if there is, let me know how to change this. So in all, just on the fence on this one. I don't really like it too much, but I kind of get the use case of it. So maybe if it fits what you're going to need in your home, I could see maybe that would be a good buy for you. But for a regular homeowner that can run a couple wires around, whether they do a powered camera or they do power over Ethernet, I would definitely recommend going that route instead. This one just seems to be, well, you get what you pay for. And to be honest with you, I think this is a little overpriced, especially with the massive drawbacks of not being able to record your own footage to SD cards and stuff without paying. That's a no for me.
Did you see the memo about this?
I'll pass. So I appreciate you watching. Now you're a subscriber. Press all them buttons. Y'all left me hanging, bro. Press all them buttons.
And
try again. Because you start with because. Here's your line. Because it's cool and stuff.
okay.
Nope. Press all them buttons.
Because it's cool and stuff.
Press all them buttons.
Because it's cool and stuff. We do an explosion.
Oh, you do an explosion in it?
Yeah, like,
Okay.
and it like it explodes us, and then we disappear.
Wait. Press all them. You gotta hit me right. Press all them buttons.
Because it's cool and stuff.